Hi, this is Isabel Litzler, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So I read this article by ING and I will post it below. You're welcome to take a look. And I thought it was interesting because it does mention again the hubs of opportunities that will be available and where the jobs will be in the decade that's coming. And because the topic of this video is to try to give you some direction in terms of where are the jobs going and the economy and so forth. So I thought this article was interesting. So what are some of the 3 tips that I can give you to help you understand a little bit, not only the trends, but maybe take a little bit of a broader view of what's going on and what I think can help you. So the first thing that I noticed, and it's been really my analysis of looking at all these different articles, and I think probably most of you are already aware of this in what you see around you, is that the world is going digital. So if you're thinking now about, okay, what are some of the opportunities that I can look at? And I do get a lot of emails every day from people with different backgrounds asking me what are the opportunities in Switzerland and how can I get in? And I would say this question could be asked for any country really. You really have to understand that there's not a need right now for everything. There's only a need for specific, very highly skilled jobs, mostly in tech. So if you're wondering, where is the market going, I would say anything that has the word tech in it, biotech, fintech, and all these things. There's pockets of opportunities there, and it's actually going to ramp up. So you definitely could find a chance just because you happen to have those skills. You are actually in demand right now if you studied the tech industry or you have a tech profile. Now, if you don't have a tech profile, let's say you're more of a mainstream job, you're a lawyer, you're a supply chain, finance, HR, all these things, there's less demand. And as you know, right now, a lot of people are losing jobs. So they will be looking in different industries. And those, because they're also finance, HR, supply chain, those tend to be can be transitioned in different industries. So people will start looking in those different industries. So they will be actually competing for the type of work maybe you would have considered a few months ago, but now those locals are going to compete for those jobs. So relocation right now is complicated, not only because it's hard to travel these days, but also because there will be more people in the local markets now looking for work. So before, where the unemployment rate in Switzerland was extremely low, expats could easily say, okay, I'm going to position myself for this role. And because there's not a lot of people locally looking for that position, you could still get a chance. Now you have to be extremely good, extremely technical. You would have to have skills basically that the locals don't have yet. And even in Switzerland, you do have a lot of schools that train tech people. So it's ramping up as well in Switzerland. A lot of schools where you learn data science, where you learn cybersecurity and all the jobs. So it's going to be complicated right now if you're not at that, operating at that tech level, to find jobs. Now, I talked before also about international organization. That's something that you can always look at if you have also that profile. So basically, I would say look at the market. So when people ask me, is there opportunities and so forth, just do your own research. It's there. I mean, you just type. I gave you all the job boards. You just see within the city that you want, is there a need for my skills? And if not, then either you look somewhere else or you reskill yourself. You change your work. So you become this person that's wanted. So there's lots of decision making that needs to happen, and that's really your job. I mean, market changes, you need to adapt. So that's number one, is look at the hubs of jobs. Where are they located? What kind of skills are needed? And if you don't have those skills, then you have to get them, obviously, to stay competitive. And if you want to, especially if you want to come to those hubs that are mentioned in the article, Germany, Brussels, the Nordics, Switzerland could be included. But by the way, if you look at those articles, you will see that Switzerland is not necessarily the bigger hub where there would be the most jobs. So that's also food for thought. So that's number one. Number two is really look at this mentioned in the article about de-globalisation. I thought that was interesting that they mentioned that, because obviously with what's going on right now, this is going to become a trend. Actually, a lot of countries will say we don't want to be stuck waiting for our supplies from abroad. We want to upskill locally, and maybe there will be some factories or some some ramp up of some sort to actually become more autonomous, because right now we're actually very heavily dependent on this trade to get our goods. So that's actually something also that could be interesting to look at, because basically if you're within Europe, for example, there might be some newer industries that also start, maybe more eco-friendly, more oriented towards protecting nature and localizing markets, maybe with food growing and all these things. So there might be jobs that are not there yet that will be available maybe in the future. So it's also something, another trend that I saw that I thought was interesting. And number 3, I would say, just keep your mind open in terms of opportunities. Don't necessarily focus on one country. So I try to get people away from just being too focused in one place, because there could be things for you a little bit outside of where you thought, but just to keep your mind open of what's happening within worldwide movements right now, where the jobs are going, where the economy is going. So just keep yourself informed and keep doing your research so that you don't miss out on the trends, because otherwise you'll be outside and you won't really understand. Now, that said, in my group Careerpreneur, that's what I do, is I help people that are highly ambitious. So the types of individuals that have joined the group so far: highly ambitious, highly intelligent, want to understand the jobs of the future, want to position themselves for the jobs of the future, want to understand how to actually take advantage of that. So in any situation where there's an economic change or difficult times, there's always opportunities as well for those who see them. So that's what I want to do with the group, is try to see the future, try to educate people, and that's also my role, on all the things now that are going to be part of our economy that you may not be so well aware of. So I pull a lot of articles with crypto money, and so obviously fintech is something that's a thing. And all the digital, because I'm interested in it, and I try to share this as a pocket of opportunity for the group to try to train themselves in those new things and understand them, so that they can have better work opportunities. And that will be posted below if you want to check the link. So I hope this video was helpful, that it gave you some food for thought. Feel free to read the article below. It's ING, and you will get also some information on the hubs that they see really growing in the decade that's coming. So feel free to comment, share, post below. I will talk to you soon.